An animal control officer knocked on my door. Sir, we've received a report that you poisoned your neighbor's dog. I'd lived on Maple Court for 4 years. Never had a problem with anyone. That's ridiculous. I love dogs. I have 2 of my own. The Hendersons' golden retriever was rushed to the vet yesterday. Rat poison in his system. They found contaminated treats in their backyard, thrown over the fence from your property. I didn't throw anything over any fence. The treats were found 6 feet from your fence line. If the dog dies, you're looking at felony animal cruelty charges. I sat in my kitchen trying to understand. The Hendersons had moved in 8 months ago. We'd waved twice. No friendship, no conflict. Then I remembered the fence dispute. 3 months ago, I'd had my property surveyed before building a shed. The surveyor discovered that my other neighbor, Paul Whitman, had built his fence 2 feet onto my property 15 years ago. I'd asked Paul politely to adjust it. He refused, told me to take him to court. I filed with the HOA. They ruled in my favor. Paul had to move his fence back. He screamed at me in the street, said I'd regret embarrassing him. That was 6 weeks ago. I walked outside, looked at my fence, then at the Hendersons' fence on the opposite side, then at Paul's newly moved fence behind me. Someone had thrown poisoned treats into the Hendersons' yard from a direction that looked like my property, but Paul's backyard had a clear angle too. I knocked on Mrs. Henderson's door. I didn't poison your dog. I think I know who did. Paul already warned us about you. Said you've been causing problems. Said you threatened him over a fence. Paul had gotten to them first. Planted the story. Did Paul mention that I have security cameras covering every angle of my property? Her expression shifted. I pulled the recordings that night. 8 cameras. Full coverage. March 14th, 11:47 p.m. A figure in dark clothes climbed over Paul's fence into my backyard, walked to the property line I shared with the Hendersons, threw something over, multiple tosses, then climbed back over Paul's fence, disappeared into his yard. I zoomed in. The motion light caught his face for 2 seconds. Paul Whitman. I brought the footage to Detective Morrison. She watched it 3 times. He accessed your property to make the throw angle look right. Calculated. He's been telling neighbors I'm dangerous since the fence dispute. Setting this up for weeks. We'll get a warrant for his garage. I want to be there when you confront him. She hesitated. That's unusual. He tried to frame me for poisoning a dog, turned my neighbors against me. I need to see this end. She agreed. They found rat poison in Paul's garage. Same brand the vet identified. Receipt in his trash. Bought 4 days before the dog got sick. We walked to his driveway together. Paul was washing his car. He saw the badges, then saw me. His face went pale. Paul Whitman, you're under arrest for felony animal cruelty, trespassing, and filing a false report. This is insane. He doctored that footage. The metadata is clean. I held up my phone. Timestamps verified. Your face is clear. 11:47 p.m. Climbing over your fence into my backyard. They cuffed him against his car. You threw poisoned treats over the Hendersons' fence from my property. Made sure the angle pointed at me. You ruined my reputation with that fence complaint. You built 2 feet onto my land. The HOA ruled in my favor. His wife watched from the porch. So did the Hendersons. So did half the neighborhood. You spent 6 weeks telling everyone I was dangerous, setting up this story. Paul had nothing to say. You bought rat poison 4 days ago. I have the receipt from your trash. Detective Morrison opened the squad car door. Mrs. Henderson called me a monster yesterday because of what you told her. I stepped closer. You poisoned a golden retriever. Almost killed him because I asked you to move a fence 2 feet. They pushed him toward the car. I have 8 cameras, Paul. Every angle, every timestamp. He looked back at me. You climbed over my fence to frame me. Walked through my yard at midnight. I held up my phone. His face lit by the motion sensor. Clear as day. Wrong neighbor.